Hey everybody, and welcome to Database Camp. My name is Sarah, and in today's video I'm going to do a proper newbie book tag. So I did a little, I guess experimentation on my first newbie book tag. I used a questionnaire that I saw on some website that I thought, hey, maybe I could just talk more about my book taste or my taste in books, as opposed to just like me in general. But you know what, I've got a couple of videos under my belt now, so I thought, I don't know, maybe people would be interested in me just talking about myself. Oh my god, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I thought, why not just do the traditional newbie book tag while I get ready? Alright, so the first question. Why did you start this channel? I wonder how I'm gonna like juggle my phone and actually doing my makeup. We'll see if I can do this. Okay. So why did you start this channel? Oh my god, can I even answer the first question? I started this channel because I just wanted to share my love of books. And I know that there's plenty of people who read, and I just wanted to be a part of that sort of community that encourages people to read. I just wanted to share my love of books, share with people what I've been reading, and give them recommendations, and also maybe meet like-minded people who also like to read. I'm supposed to be doing my makeup. But yeah, I enjoy the whole community aspect of YouTube, and I love that, we can meet a whole group of people that are interested in what we're interested in and just geek out about it. So pretty much that, and, promote reading in general. It's a good thing. Okay, so second question. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Fun and unique things. Why didn't I think about this before I decided to do this video? Fun and unique things. I don't even know if I could bring any fun and unique things, to be honest. I mean, if you don't already think reading books is fun, I kind of think it'd be a hard thing to convince anybody that, who is staunchly against reading, that reading is fun. Unique things. I don't know, I guess my perspective, everybody has their own unique perspectives, really, and I think everyone's perspective is valuable and definitely something that can help others just see things in a different way. I think it's great to be able to participate in that, just share our perspectives on the books that we love or hate even. I don't know, I guess. Maybe I can't really do anything fun or unique. I mean, what I intend to do here is talk about books, which is what everyone else is pretty much doing. And, unique. Fun and unique. I honestly, I have no idea. I guess you just have to tune in to see what I bring to the table, really, because I can't think right now, apparently. Alright, so my camera, very temperamental, gets heated very quickly. Okay. Sometimes it just needs to take a minute. So, I gave myself a little bit of time to actually think about what I wanted to say. I'm still not exactly entirely sure what it is that I'm trying to get across here with this tag. but we're gonna find out together. All right, so I'm gonna re-answer this question, and I'm not done getting ready yet, so. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Okay, so I just want to read more, and to be honest, I feel like this channel is definitely going to make me or pressure me to read more because, you know, as somebody who obviously right now my thing is nonfiction, it probably will always be nonfiction, but I just love learning. And I've been out of school, so every time I'm out of school, I feel like, you know, hello, I should be reading nonfiction. Like, I should be trying to learn different things, even if they're just like base level type of shit, you know? So holding myself accountable to not letting my brain rot, but also hopefully recommending things to people that they also really like. And because, you know, it's sifting through all of the different books that your local library has, or just in the internet, like, oh, what book should I be reading? It's like, it becomes a task in and of itself to find good books. So I'm like, well, you know, hopefully somebody will happen upon my video and be like, huh, that sounds like an interesting book. And then they'll pick it up and think, wow, yeah, that was actually a pretty good book. So hopefully helping people find good books to pass their time away productively. And also, I don't know, if I could be a comfort to somebody, if I can help somebody in some way with this channel, that would be pretty fucking great and something to definitely be excited for if that ever happens. So yeah, pretty much those things. Number 4, why do you love reading? So I tried answering this question before, both those questions before, and they were just like all over the place, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Talking to myself right now. But it's pretty sad to say, but in a lot of ways, reading was kind of like, for me, it was kind of like watching a sitcom, you know, like, I used to watch a lot of TV growing up. I used to play, you know, Pokemon nonstop, and then I used to read or do my homework or be outside. Like, that's what I used to do in my spare time. Like, I didn't have friends that I got to visit outside of school. All my friends were in school. I strictly saw them in school. And it was just one of those things where I wasn't really allowed to visit friends, you know? So I was pretty much to myself a lot of the times. I had my sister, but she was like 5 years older than me. So we honestly were just like, we were always very different people. So like, I remember, look at this. I have green eyeshadow all over my nose and it's making me, oh God. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, my sister was older than me. So I remember like always bothering her for like, oh, you know, I'd always be bothering her, like that shit is bothering me right now, like literally annoying as fuck, saying, oh, you know, like come play outside with me. Like, okay, you're gonna play outside with your fucking, you know, young sister. Like, what are you gonna do outside? She was a teenager. I always remember her being a teenager. I don't know why, but like I just have this perpetual idea of my sister as being like just teenager. So, you know, I would badger her to play outside with me. I would badger her to play like Monopoly or whatever board games we had, even checkers, even though I didn't even really like checkers. And I feel like she liked checkers more than me. And I was just like so needy that if she ever wanted to play checkers, I would just play checkers, even though I wasn't even like that into checkers. But anyways, yeah, I didn't really have people to hang out with at home. And so I didn't necessarily love watching TV all the time. But yeah, I would read, and reading was pretty much like the characters were kind of like my, I don't even really know, I guess extended sort of family or friends or whatever, you know, like I really grew attached to characters and just like the idea of feeling like I was elsewhere even though I wasn't, and I was just at home, just like chilling, you know. But yeah, reading for me definitely was a way to feel less lonely. Reading for me, and I didn't realize that as a kid, you know, like, but reading for me in a lot of ways was like my form of entertainment and just my way of just like spending my time. And I had no idea really like, oh, like what is spending your time productively and all this, you know, like you have no concept of that, I feel like, as a kid. And I just read honestly because I just loved it. Like I always loved reading. And oh yeah, hello, I wanted to show you guys actually, like I know that I've always loved reading because like I literally have pictures of when I was a kid. And this is one that, okay, so I would always for some reason be holding books in my hand. Can you see that? But this is probably like a coloring book, by the way. That's like my brother. But yeah, like I would always be holding books in my hand, like as if they were like a Barbie doll. And here's another one. So that's me right there. Hold on, let's see if I could get this to focus in. But you get the idea. Like that's me again with a book. Like what the fuck? I'm at a birthday party. It's my sister's birthday party, and I have a fucking book like randomly. I just look at these pictures and I think like, what kind of kid was I? Like, and if you're wondering, I'm gonna try to insert the two pictures somewhere here so that you guys could get like a closer look. But this one where I'm like sitting on the table, it's the book is 101 Silly Monster Jokes. I don't know, like I read these books, like I was literally 3 years old in these pictures. I remember that monster joke book, like I literally do remember that book, and I loved it. And I don't know, like I just always loved reading, like always. Like I can't remember a time where I didn't read. I don't know. Yeah, so it's been a lifelong love affair with books, me and books. It's always been just me and books. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? Again, I've always loved reading. I can't think of any one book or one series. It's pretty much just been something that I always did. It's so strange because like I went to Head Start and I must have been like 3 years old when I started, and that's probably when I learned how to read because yeah, I just always remember being able to read. I can't really tell, it wasn't one particular book, it really wasn't, because like sure, like certain books would get me back into reading if I stopped for a prolonged period of time, but it was never that I just didn't, all of a sudden just didn't like reading. Like for me, reading was always something that was fun. So I don't know, I can't really answer that one. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Yeah. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? I guess I would say, how do you find the time? How did you do it? I guess I would say, I would ask, what's the secret? Like, what's the key? Like, you know, I honestly, I don't know. I guess, like, honestly, how do you read all these books? Like, I love reading, but like, I don't know. I guess I'm also the type of person who, I think that I just savor things. Like, when I'm eating food, I take my time with it. I just take my time with things that are just enjoyable. Like, I'm the type of person that, like, when I'm swimming, I just like to enjoy the feeling of the water just like rushing on. I don't know. I just like, how do you read so much books is really, I guess, maybe what I would ask. But I don't know. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Probably the reading of like over 20 books a month. I am not going to be reading 20 books a month. If I manage to read 20 books in 1 month, send help. No. I guess, challenges. Well, I do want to find good books. So maybe that will be a challenge as well. And, a challenge is always going to be recording and editing. That's definitely a challenge, just because of the minimal technology that I have access to. You guys, I edit everything from an app in my phone. If you guys want a video on that, let me know in the comments, okay? Because I will give you a whole rundown of how I do my thumbnails and how I edit my videos in this app on my phone. That's a challenge. Also, my camera, it's not that it's old or anything. It's relatively new. I got it like last year, but it's got banged up. So like, sometimes it'll turn off whenever it wants to. Sometimes it doesn't want to capture any pictures. Sometimes it just wants to do its own thing and, you know, live its own best life, whatever that is. But yeah, those would probably be my biggest challenges. Number 8. When did you start reading? I'm telling you, no lie, I probably started reading as soon as I learned how to read. Like, when I learned my alphabet and what have you, I think I literally just became obsessed with reading as soon as I was able to read. No exaggeration, like, books have always been with me. And I don't know, like, I guess I could say like 3, probably 3 years old. When did you start reading? That's such a weird question, right? When did you start reading? I guess 3. I guess so. Number 9, where do you read? Okay, so I mainly read at home. Anywhere at home, except the bathroom, because like, hello, that's kind of gross. Not knocking it if you do it. I mean, sometimes some people stay there for long periods of time and they have their phone on them and maybe they have a Kindle and stuff like that. So no judgment whatsoever. But yeah, usually at home. But when the weather's nice, I do like to go out to the water and read by the water. If I can. I do like to read when I know that I'm going to be somewhere that is like, I don't know, like let's say I am in the car, but I'm like in the passenger seat of the car. I'll take a book with me if it's going to be like a long ride. And even if it's a short ride, if I'm in the passenger seat and I'm not driving, obviously, because I don't really listen to audiobooks, so I can only read while I'm in the passenger side. And but also, like, if I know I'm going to be in a situation where I'm going to be like waiting for a prolonged period of time, or just going to be in a situation where I feel like I might have time to read, I will take a book with me, or if I, do have it on my phone, I will just read something, knowing that I have time to kill when I'm out and about. I'll read. But I do love to be able to be outside and just chilling and reading. Like, that's probably my preferred scenario, but that doesn't always happen. But yeah, pretty much anywhere that allows me to just read, I'll read. What kind of books do you like to read? That's number 10. Well, if you haven't already seen any of my videos, I feel like I keep on saying the same thing, but I like reading nonfiction. Like, for me, I remember when I graduated high school and I didn't go directly to college, I felt like it was my duty to myself to try to keep my brain sharp by reading nonfiction. And I just felt like this was the only way for me to feel like I was keeping up with my learning, because for me, like, my thirst for knowledge can never be quenched. I know that I won't know everything. I know that even my grasp of certain subjects is very minimal, and even if I read a nonfiction book that's quite extensive on a particular subject, I'm sure that I won't retain all of it, but at least in my mind, I feel like I am exercising my brain in that way. So nonfiction has always been my favorite genre. Like, no joke, like in school, I love reading textbooks. Like, because I've always loved reading, so whenever there was a reading assignment, I was like, heck yeah, like, let's do this. I don't know, like, it's pretty much always been nonfiction. So, and number 11, what does your book collection look like? Well, I don't have that many books. I do one day when I finally, hello, I'm supposed to be doing my makeup, like, what the fuck? Okay, one day when I finally get my stuff out of storage, and you will probably see my efforts, that journey, because it will literally be a journey. I'm not going to spoil anything, and I'm not going to tell you everything that's up right now, because when I do happen to get my stuff out of storage, I will probably do a video of my book collection. I don't have many books. I feel like half of them are textbooks that I had to buy for college, and the other half are just books that I wanted to buy. But so I guess, yeah, my book collection is probably mostly nonfiction, but I also have, what else do I have? And now I'm gonna think of like all the books that I have in storage right now, but yeah, so half are textbooks, the other half are pretty much like miscellaneous. I would say still mostly, actually no, then if I really think about it, I guess maybe a third. 3/4 of my collection is probably nonfiction, and the other is like miscellaneous, because I do have like miscellaneous books, but I forever will lead towards nonfiction. Anyways, if I find a cheap nonfiction book that I feel like I will like, if I find any cheap book that I feel like I might like, then I get it. Most of the books that I buy are usually on the cheap side. So But yeah, that's pretty much. I'm gonna do a video showing you guys all the books that I own, and that'll be its own dedicated video. They're not that many. I don't have like a huge. Even if I had a bookshelf, like a small bookshelf, I probably would still have one shelf completely void of books. So that's how small my book collection is. So yeah, I think those are all the questions. Pretty much, yeah, I think those are all the questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for caring about this and wanting to know a little bit more about me. Please do check out my, what is it called? What did I even title it? I don't even remember. But if you want to know more about my taste in books, then I'm going to be linking that video in the description box. I did a Booktube Newbie Tag before, but it was like my own variation of it, because the questions are like completely different from these. But if you wanted to go check that out, I'm going to be linking that in the description below. So let me just end the video now, because I'm going to keep on repeating myself if I don't. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Should I like finish the video with my makeup all done? I'm not sure. All right, you guys, we'll see each other later. Bye.